Right, so we want to import the engine. So we're going to add this to the code. So we're going to right click where it says code in Solution Explorer. If you ever close that window, okay, and you go, oh, cack, where is it? Just go up to view and find it. Most of the main windows are on the view menu. So you can just say view Solution Explorer. So right click on code and say add existing item, because it's something that already exists. And then it'll start asking us to browse. So we need to go back to that student shared folder, applied IT, game programming resources, and then right down at the bottom, X and A engine versions. Okay. Oops. Oh, what did I do then? I think I just moved that into another folder. Burk. Why does it let you do that in the file thing? Alright, hang on, I've got to try and move that out again now. Shit, how am I going to do that? I don't know why they let you do things like that. That is really... It's a good job I've noticed what I've done. Right, anyway. Go into there, and you'll see there are loads of different versions of the engine. Okay? The latest one is that one. 7.2.18. Now the reason I keep all the old ones there is that in case I do an update and I break something else by accident that affects you and you can go back. Okay, so I don't want that thing in that update anyway. I'll go back to one that worked. Cheers for that. I will do that because sometimes I can't test everything. It's massively complicated. You are my guinea pigs. This is effectively what Google Beta looks like. Okay, so this is in permanent beta, this engine. So if we just go in there, you'll also notice that there's a folder called PC. Now there will be a folder called Xbox. So anyone who wants to get their game running on the Xbox, we'll come back to that later, after Christmas. If anyone wants to like build it so it works on both. Okay, but if we just go into the PC one, you should find that there's nothing. But there is. Change the file thing at the bottom and put it on all files. Right, we need to select both of these. One is the library and one is the documentation for the library. And then just click add. And you'll know it's worked because they should have come up in Solution Explorer. Okay. Right, that adds them to the project, but it doesn't make a reference to them because that red squiggle's still there saying, oh, there's no reference. So if we now right click on references, make sure it's in the code one and not the content references, because that's a simple mistake. And then say add reference. Now, what you've got to make sure you do here, it should have identified that we've added a library recently. It's quite clever like that. But check that the path is the path where you've saved your template. Is that right? Because I'm not trusting this thing. Why are you grinning, Ryan? Did it? Right, click on browse. Right, so if there's nothing there, click on the browse button at the bottom once you're in the browse thing, and that should bring up your code folder, and the DLL should be there. No? Are you sure? We just added it. Right, hang on. Right. Cancel that a minute. Right, in your Solution Explorer, have you got Engine 7DLL? Yeah? Right, right click on references, do add reference. Click on the browse tab, then click on browse. Yeah. Right, now is it in the same folder that I've got there? Where I've got code? Right, hang on. It went to the root of it. Right, so for you, like you were there. Right, so this is the problem of me. I've already got things set up. Although it was a new project, so it shouldn't have done that. Oh, I don't know. Right, so if you just go template, you'll see that you've got, basically, it's a mirror of what we had in the Solution Explorer. So we go into the code one. Hopefully, you've then found it's about 10 megabyte. in size if it's showing you the data. And then just click add and then click OK. Okay, now the reference thing should have engine 7 in it. Oh, what have I done? Right, and your red squiggle should have gone. Right, just to check, if we press F6 or go up to the build menu and say build solution, what this does is this takes our code and turns it into a program. Doesn't run it, because all I'm interested in, at the bottom left hand corner, it says build succeed. Now, you don't always want to be just running stuff to see if it works. You just want to say build and I'll carry on doing a bit more code. Just want to make sure it's working. Okay, so if I say just build it, that's what I mean. If I say run it, then obviously run it. Okay, right, let me just start the vid. So that's updating again. So if I ever say to you, the engine needs updating, what you need to do, right click on code, add existing, go to the folder where the engine is, and then you should just be able to add them and it'll overwrite the old ones. You shouldn't need to change the reference. Or you might do. Sometimes you might have to delete the reference. We'll find out about that later on. Okay, right, I'll start that one recording.